Hey guys, welcome to my channel Learn with Hina. So if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, then please do subscribe and press the bell icon to get all the notification about my videos. If you have not seen the videos yet, then please go to the video section. Here you will be seeing that on the daily basis I am uploading more than 5 videos for you all. Then please go and take the benefit of it. It is all the free of cost for you. On here also and on an academy also, regular basis I am uploading my videos. Just go and type Hina Jain on an academy, follow me from here and you can see all my videos. Till now 17 courses are available on an academy which are free of cost. Please go and take the benefit from the same. Now today we are going to discuss about verbal communication. So verbal communication क्या होता है आज की क्लास में हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. If at all you have not seen the previous video where I have discussed the full chart, please go and watch it first so that it will be more crystal clear to you. Now when I talk about verbal communication, so verbal communication में we have oral communication and again we have in it written communication. So verbal communication includes both, even the oral communication and the written communication. Now what is verbal communication? The verbal communication is a type of oral communication wherein the message is transmitted to the spoken word. Now what they are saying, verbal communication ऐसे communication होता है जहाँ पे oral communication होता है wherein the message is transmitted to spoken words. Suppose I am speaking something, so I am communicating you through oral. Okay, I am speaking and you are getting understanding by this. Here the sender gives words of words to his feelings, thoughts, ideas, opinion or expresses them in the form of speeches, discussion, presentation and conversation. Now here the sender means, suppose here I am the communicator, I am communicating you, so what can be my feelings, what can be my thoughts, my ideas, my opinion and expression. So this all things I am going to communicate to you in the form of either I am going to give you a speech or I will be discussing it with you. I will give it in a form of presentation or we will have a conversation on the same. The effectiveness of the verbal communication depends on the tone of the speaker, clarity of speech, volume, speed, body language, and the quality of words used in the conversation. Now, what they are saying, how effective the verbal communication is, how we will come to know, if at all, कैसे टोन पे वो बात कर रहा है स्पीकर, how the tone of the communicator is. Now how clear he is speaking while he is delivering his message. What is the volume? Volume is here, how is the volume is his while he is speaking, either he is too low or he is too high, so it depends. Now how is the speed, whether he is going very fast, very slow, how it is. Now the body language, the body language also matters a lot when you are communicating with someone else and what types of words you are using while communicating. In the case of verbal communication, the feedback is immediate since there are simultaneous transmission and receipt of the message by the sender and the receiver respectively. Now what they are saying, verbal communication when we have immediate feedback. Suppose I am delivering you a message. Okay, we are taking suppose a live class and I am saying you something and you are responding me immediately. Now here the feedback is immediate because you are speaking again in that particular time only. The sender must keep his speech tone high and clearly audible to all and must design the subject method keeping the target audience in mind. Now, whatever particular thing he want to deliver, he should take care of the audience to whom he want to deliver the message. The sender should always cross-check with the receiver to ensure that the message is understood and absolutely the same way as it was intended. Suppose मुझे आपको कुछ मैसेज कंडक्ट करवाना है, कुछ भी मुझे आई वांट टू कम्युनिकेट समथिंग विथ यू. ओके, इफ आई वांट टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट मार्केटिंग कॉन्सेप्ट क्या होता है. ओके, द वे आई एम स्पीकिंग, द वे यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, इफ इट ऑल इट इज सेम, then it will be effective communication. On the other side, if I am communicating with you and you are understanding something else, then it is ineffective communication. Some communication is more prone to errors as sometimes the words are not sufficient to express the feelings and emotions of the person. So sometimes these things also happen. The success of the verbal communication depends not only on the speaking ability of an individual but also on the listening skills. Now, what they are saying कि verbal communication जो है ये ना कि सिर्फ speaking abilities के ऊपर depend करता है, but वॉट आर यू लिसनिंग, आप क्या सुन रहे हो, आपके सुनने की स्किल्स कितनी है उसके ऊपर भी डिपेंड करता है. हाउ इफेक्टिवली एन इंडिविजुअल लिसन्स टू द सब्जेक्ट मेथड डिसाइड द इफेक्टिवनेस ऑफ द कम्युनिकेशन. सो हाउ यू लिसन टू मी, वॉट एवर आई एम स्पीकिंग टू यू, आर यू लिसनिंग इट effectively, then the communication process will be effective. The verbal communication is applicable in both the formal and informal kind of communication. So verbal communication is applicable in both, even in the formal and even in the informal kind of situation. Now, next we have what? Non-verbal communication. Okay, so in non, I just spoke something wrong over here in the first slide. In the verbal communication, verbal means what? Only speaking. So here we will have only oral communication. So this was for non-verbal communication where we have both oral and written form. So just correct this mistake of mine. I'm really sorry for the same, but please keep this in mind. In the verbal communication, we have only verbal means what? Speaking something. So it has only oral communication. But when I talk about non-verbal communication, we have oral communication and even we have written communication in it. Now, the non-verbal communication is the process of conveying meaning without the use of words. Either it can be of written or it can be spoken. In other words, a communication made between two persons or more through the use of facial expression, hand movement, body language, postures and gestures is known as non-verbal communication. So, non-verbal communication, I think I am again making a small mistake over here. I'm just getting confused because of some slides. Okay, just make a note of it. Verbal communication, we have both the things. Let me write it properly. So, in verbal, we have oral communication and written communication. Sorry for this because I got confused in some terms, so I made the mistake, but we know mistake is a part of our life, so you will understand it. Now, when I talk about non-verbal, in non-verbal we make use of what? Our eyes, that means our body, then we can also use our body postures, then our face expression. So this all comes under non-verbal communication. The non-verbal communication, unlike the verbal communication, helps in establishing and maintaining the interpersonal relationship. Now, when I talk about verbal non-verbal communication, so it maintains interpersonal relationship. Okay. Now, when I talk about verbal communication, it only helps in communicating the external events. Whatever events it want to say, it will communicate that. People use non-verbal to express emotion, interpersonal attitudes, conduct rituals such as greeting, and bring forward one's personality. Now, under non-personal communication, suppose you are going to a marriage, okay, you are meeting someone, you are just gradually greeting them, okay, by your hand shake. Now, this is what non-verbal communication, if you are not speaking anything. The non-verbal communication in the form of signals, expression, and meaning over the verbal communication and helps people to communicate more efficiently. It supplements whatever is said in words, such as people not to acknowledge and move their hands to give direction. The non-verbal communication defines the distance between the communicators and help them to exchange their emotional state of mind. So what it helps? It helps to exchange the emotional state of mind. Also, it regulates the flow of communication. For example, an individual can give signals to convey that he had finished speaking or else he want to speak. So he can give these signals. Sometimes the non-verbal communication act as a barriers to communicating effectively as the recipient could not understand what the sender is trying to say and may interpret it. Sometimes your some hand movement or body movement or postures may show something else or they may interpret some else which is not right. So this was about verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Again, I am saying here again, in verbal communication we have oral and written communication. Now, when I talk about non-verbal communication, we have eye contact, body language, physical appearances, then hand movements, postures, and all that things are included under non-verbal communication. So guys, do join Telegram channel Learn with Hannah. If at all you are having any doubt, do let me know in the comment section. Keep supporting and keep sharing. Thank you.